Muy buenas, tropa. Ya que estáis por aquí, continuamos con nuestro juego de Vampyr. Bien, estábamos en el turno de noche, si recordáis, trabajando como médico, por supuesto, en el hospital de Pembroke. La enfermera vino, necesitaba ayuda para tratar a X pacientes y nosotros mismos le dijimos que utilizara un tipo de medicina. Pero parece ser que ese tipo de medicina se les había acabado y que solo les quedaba en el almacén de la antigua morgue. Entonces tuvimos que ir hasta la antigua morgue para ir a buscarlo. Y ahora volvemos para el hospital para elaborar el tratamiento. No sé en dónde estoy exactamente. Cárgame. Ah, sí, sí. Sí, tengo que ir por aquí. Vale. Estoy volviendo bien. Sí, sí estoy, sí. Bien. Ya llegamos al hospital. ¿Qué es esto? Se necesitan enfermeras. Tengan piedad, dependen de ustedes. Se necesitan enfermeras. Pregunte a la oficina de nombramientos más cercana del Ministerio de Empleo y Servicio Nacional o escriba 15 Kingways de Londres. Bien. Vale, vamos entonces... ¿dónde estaba yo? A la izquierda, al fondo, ¿no? Era... Ya estoy en mi habitación. Bien, vamos a elaborar aquí nuestras cosillas. Vamos a ver. Fabricación. Tiene suficientes ingredientes para elaborar un remedio de estamina para el fatigue. Tratamiento para el agotamiento. Para la anemia o para la sepsis. Vale, para este. Enfermo durante una conversación, sí. Pues fabricamos esto. Incluso me daba más, por lo que veo. Vale. Y ahora lleva los medicamentos a Dorothy Train en la habitación del paciente. Vale. ¿Qué está aquí?
I cannot enter.
¿Y esto? Una sierra. Ah. Vamos aquí a coger de todo lo que podamos, ¿no? Historia clínica de Elwood. ¿La sierra para qué sirve? Es para atacar, sí. Sí, pero hace más daño. Bastante más daño. Y espérate. Esto es para historia. El muelle. El hospital. Ciudadanos. Dorothy Crane. Distrito desconocido. Whitechapel. Hospital Pembroke. Los muelles. Vale. ¿Dónde está el documento que pillé? Para poder leerlo. No, esto no es. Esto no es. No. Aquí. Historia. No. Una forma. Paciente Thomas Elwood, varón, 28 años, seguimiento del Dr. Tipeps, estado convaleciente, fecha de admisión 16 de septiembre, fecha de alta por determinar. La cara del paciente presenta quemaduras graves y está desfigurada a causa de una bomba durante la guerra. Aun cuando se le aplica a los sedantes más fuertes, afirma que padece mucho dolor a causa de las heridas, como si las llamas siguiesen ardiendo bajo la piel. El reconocimiento de los tejidos cicatrizados no muestra signos de inflamación, infección o tumefacción. Las cicatrices están limpias. Podría tratarse de un caso de daño neurológico irreversible. El paciente se culpa a sí mismo de su desfiguración. Podría tratarse de un caso de culpa del superviviente, dolor fantasma que se manifiesta como castigo por no morir junto a sus compañeros. Nueva pista. Thomas Elwood. Thomas se siente responsable de su desfiguración durante la guerra. Estos son pistas que llevan luego a la calidad de la sangre. Vale. He descubierto otro de los pacientes. Vale. ¿Y esto qué es? Aquí no puedo entrar. Bien, ¿y cómo funciona este hospital? ¿Dónde están las plantas? ¿Arriba? ¿Arriba qué hay? Arriba no hay nada. Muy bien, por el otro lado. Justo por aquel lado, aquel ala. No hay nada. Y para arriba supongo que nada tampoco. Estamos en las mismas. Entonces, espérate, aquí hay una doble puerta.
It's locked, all right.
Pero está cerrada. Bien, vamos abajo. El paciente pone que está para allá. Estar afuera. Activa o desactiva los sentidos para buscar los ciudadanos. Que me lo como.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep
Thelma
calling
Howcroft.
me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reid, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Es una vampiresa. Preguntas personales. ¿Quién es en
Who
realidad?
are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being a vampire.
Is that not enough for you, puny mortal? What do you require? Proof of my powers?
I'm curious to know who you were before becoming a vampire.
No, it was such a long time ago, I don't remember. Centuries of unholy life can have strange effects on one's mind.
Hostias. Pero será en serio, esta tía es una vampiresa. Su vida en Londres.
And why do you believe you're a vampire?
I don't need to believe anything. It is what I am. It is what I feel within this hollow shell of flesh.
Please, describe to me how you feel. What is it like to be a vampire?
I can hear my body crumble from the inside as my flesh cracks and fades. I sense the last pulse of postulant blood within my drying veins. I need new blood.
¿Y el síndrome de Cotard?
I see. Have you ever heard of Cotard syndrome, Miss Howcroft?
Never.
It's a mental illness discovered by a French neurologist named Jules Cotard. The affected patients are delusional. They believe that they are putrefying, that they are dead, a ghost or a ghoul, or in your case, a vampire.
Delusional, you say? Oh, sad and petty mortal. You can't even begin to understand the concept of immortality. And you think it is I who am delusional.
Ajá. A mí ya me parece que esta tía estaba medio para allá.
I'm assuming you must be a patient. Miss Howcroft.
It's only a cover to hide from my enemies. I can leave whenever I want. As a woman, a spirit, fog, or bat.
Who are
Esa fue
these
buena.
enemies you mentioned? Can you describe them?
I cannot say for sure. But I sense their eyes on me from nearby.
Uh-huh.
I feel them watching me every time I visit the garden near the morgue.
The staff here are not your enemy. They're here to help you, to care for you.
I'm not speaking of the doctors in white. I'm speaking of the men and women who hunt me. For I am a vampire.
I see. Don't worry. These people will not find you here. I'll personally make sure they leave you alone.
Thank you, mortal. But do not interfere with them, for you are no match for those that hunt me.
Ya. Pero no había pillado una pista. Bueno.
I'll leave you, Mistress of the Dark, to your nocturnal activities.
En fin. No tosa en público. Prevenga la enfermedad. Escupir, estornudar o toser ayuda a propagar la gripe. Los fluidos nasales o guturales promueven el contagio. No tosa en público. Y la tipa desapareció. Aquí tenemos a otra.
Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor. I don't think we've been introduced yet.
Pipa Hawkins.
My name is Pippa Hawkins.
And I'm Dr. Jonathan Reid. Dr. Swansea has recently offered me a position in this hospital.
Well,
es verdad,
it's
acabo
a
de llegar.
euphemism that your help will be appreciated, Doctor.
Vamos a ver esta tipa. ¿Cómo es la
How
situación
would
por
you
aquí?
describe the situation at the Pembroke Hospital?
It's serious. The flu is wreaking havoc amongst the staff and patients. We are running out of everything.
Se acabaron
Nurse
algunos.
Hawkins, the Spanish flu won't last forever. Even the Black Plague didn't kill everyone.
I wish I could believe you. But what if this epidemic was worse? What if in the end, nobody was spared?
You must get a hold of yourself, nurse.
Sorry, I'm exhausted. No one
Yeah.
has any idea when this epidemic will be over.
No, a todos no los va a matar, eso está claro. ¿Hace cuánto que es
How
enfermera?
long have you been a nurse?
Or long enough to see that the epidemic is winning. And no matter how qualified you are, don't tell me you'll change that.
Me sorprendería.
You'd be surprised what dedication can achieve, Nurse Hawkins. In medicine, sometimes we're just a test result away from a miracle.
Sorry, Doctor. I don't want to sound bitter, but I'm just too tired to give a pep talk like Nurse Brannigan.
How is the Pembroke staff coping with the epidemic?
Jodido.
Not well.
Exacto.
Milton, the ambulance driver, is even more grumpy than usual, especially concerning doctors.
Why does Milton dislike doctors?
I don't know. Just ask him. But be warned, Milton is not the chatty type.
Why is Milton grumpy on a daily basis? Is it just an act?
Milton's not the kind of man who's bothered about a bad reputation, whether he deserved it or not.
Muy bien. Una nueva pista sobre Milton Hooks. Vale. Preguntas personales. No puedo. Bien.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
Ahora, goodbye. Rakish.
It's locked.
Vale, vamos un segundo. Aquí hay más pacientes, médicos y demás.
Good evening, Doctor. I believe we're going to be working together.
Dr. Reid. Dr. Swansea informed us of your arrival, but I could not dare to believe we'd have such good fortune. Such an honor, sir.
Thank you. And you are?
I am Thoreau Strickland, Dr. Thoreau Strickland. I'm a great admirer of your work, Dr. Reid.
Ajá. Vale.
Please, could you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a great admirer of your work concerning blood transfusion, Dr. Reid. I run my own experiments. I'm convinced it's the future.
¿Y qué le hizo de contarse por ese medio?
I'm not ashamed to admit you and your work inspired me. I am honored to have the opportunity to work by your side.
I'll give you some advice, but understand that nothing beats practical experience, which can be exhausting and solitary work.
Of course, sir. And don't worry, I will never allow myself to be a burden, neither to you nor this hospital.
I based my technique on my mentor's research. He helped me perfect my method. What is yours?
I'd rather not talk about it. For now, it's just theories and first approach. My process is purely experimental and unsuccessful.
As long as you're cautious and methodical, you may remain empty-handed, but you won't fail.
You're not the first one to warn me, but I am convinced knowledge is the main weapon against the ravages of this epidemic.
Ya.
What can you tell me about the Pembroke?
Well, it has always been an honor to work with Dr. Swansea. But with your arrival, I can't think of a better opportunity to learn about blood transfusion.
You seem quite optimistic. It's a rare and precious attitude in these difficult times.
I'm convinced that this epidemic is a test of endurance and dedication for us men of science.
Questions remain about our role for the situation.
True.
Sí, claro.
Last summer, during the first wave of the epidemic, I used to joke with Milton about the extra work. We're not smiling now.
Ya.
Do you need help with anything in particular?
Well, yes, maybe. I'm waiting for a batch of products I ordered for my personal research, yet my supplier seems to have vanished.
Do you want me to play the errand boy for you?
Oh no, Dr. Reid. But if you went personally to his shop, what with your reputation and all, he wouldn't dare to refuse the products I need.
I see. Well, give me the address, for I may pass by if I have time.
Vale.
Tell me more about your willingness to experiment with new medical techniques.
A ver, cuéntanos.
Harvey Fiddick is a patient suffering from a severe injury that could cripple him if not treated correctly. I'm convinced your blood transfusion technique could help him.
What is it you really want? To save him, or to prove your point?
Fair question. I want nothing but to save my patient, Dr. Reid. Especially since I know Mr. Fiddick's story.
A ver, cuéntamela.
Tell me Mr. Fiddick's story.
Our first diagnosis was compromised because Mr. Fiddick lied to us about the real origin of his injury. He first claimed it was an accident.
But why would he hide such crucial information from us?
Because he is a proud father, ashamed of putting his children at risk because of his own negligence.
This personal involvement is a lack of impartiality. You must know that a good surgeon must remain neutral.
I agree. But that does not excuse Dr. Ackroyd's behavior, a man who did not even take time to converse with his patient.
Do you think keeping his distance was a mistake?
All I know is that I'm taking care of human beings with desires, hopes, and fears. Not some biological machine comprised of blood, bones, and flesh.
Cierto, totalmente cierto. Un poco de tacto, ¿no?
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland.
Bien. Vale, ya veo que no podemos hablar con todos los pacientes, no. ¿Quién es esta? A ver, hola.
Finally, you've returned, Doctor. Did you find anything of
Ah, eres tú.
Yes, nurse.
You've worked your first miracle, Doctor. Now, this patient here needs immediate treatment.
Duty calls. When the storm has passed, I'll show you how to mix the remedy yourself with the same basic ingredients.
Vale.
Many thanks, Doctor. When you've finished, you ought to report to Dr. Swansea in his office. He's been looking for you. Seemed pressing.
Enfermedades. Las enfermedades empeoran la calidad de la sangre de un ciudadano. Usa medicinas adecuadas para curarlos. Habla con el paciente de la habitación que hay detrás de Dorothy para comprobar su estado de salud. A ver, ¿qué pasa contigo?
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reid. Can I help at all?
No,
Really? Why are you here then?
I don't want to talk. My throat hurts too much.
I suppose that this pain is the reason you're here. Is someone taking care of you?
Yes. And no.
Could you at least tell me your name, sir?
Mortimer. Mortimer Goswick.
Enfermedades. Pulsa R1 para comprobar el estado de salud del ciudadano. Curar a un ciudadano aumentará su calidad de la sangre y te proporcionará experiencia. También mejorará el estado de salud del distrito. Pulsar R1. Bien.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Goswick.
I don't want to talk, Doctor.
¿No quieres hablar? Muy bien. Vale. Su vida en Londres. ¿Le duele mucho la
How
garganta?
painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful, I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Debemos
I'm
comunicarnos.
sure you realize a doctor and his patient have to communicate, sir. Would it help if I gave you some paper and a pen?
Not really.
I see. Then maybe it's not just your throat that hurts, Mr. Goswick. Perhaps your sore throat is just the consequence of something more hurtful.
Tiene
Yes,
toda la
maybe.
pinta.
But I don't want to talk or even write about it now.
Vale, entonces, ¿qué quieres que te haga, tío? Si no quieres ni hablar, ni escribir, ni nada.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Don't waste your time with me.
Habla con Edgar Swansea. Aquí está Harvey Phillips. Hola, Harvey.
Good evening, sir. To read. May I help you?
I don't know if a third opinion is needed. Your colleagues are already arguing about my condition.
I see. Would you mind telling me more about your situation?
I'm Harvey Fiddick. All I want is to get me bloody arm fixed properly.
¿Y por qué se siente
Tell me
culpable
about
de...?
your injury, Harvey. Why do you feel so guilty about it?
My wife died because of me. And now I may lose everything because I've been careless enough to hurt myself. What an arsehole.
Su mujer murió por su
How
culpa.
could your job be responsible for your wife's death?
I was working a double. She went out to bring me a hot meal and got caught in a German bomb raid.
You can't hold yourself responsible for your injury, Mr. Fiddick. Unless you tried to hurt yourself.
Of course I didn't hurt myself. But I can't work until my arm is fixed. My children need to eat, Doctor.
Tell me more about the death of your wife, Harvey.
1915. I was in the army. Building workshops for the Royal Flying Corps. Helen was happy I wasn't sent to the front.
What happened?
The Germans sent Zeppelins to bomb the construction site, but they missed their target. My wife was bringing my dinner when the bombs fell.
Y le cayó una encima.
I'm sorry for your loss. So many died during the bombings. I served in France and witnessed the carnage there.
I would like to say that she didn't suffer. Truth is, I have no idea. I just know that I'm all that me kids have. Poor little bleeders.
How are your children after losing their mother?
Joder,
They
qué
were
pena, ¿no?
smaller then. The only good thing about this is my Helen didn't bring them with her that night.
Menos mal. Sí, es verdad.
Tell me about yourself, Mr. Fiddick.
I'm just a regular guy waiting to get his arm fixed, so I can return to work and to my family.
I was more curious about what you were doing before being hospitalized.
I'm a carpenter, and a good one too. But that means I need both arms to feed my family, Dr. Reid.
Carpintero, muy bien.
Are you satisfied with your treatment here?
Well, it's clear that I've chosen a bad time to be injured. Forgive my bluntness, but you seem overwhelmed by cases of the flu.
I won't lie to you about it. I'm afraid we are.
Are you sure you don't want to operate yourself, Dr. Reid? I have the feeling you're very capable. And your colleagues seem to think so too.
In other circumstances, you would be right. But for now, I don't think I can take on the responsibility. My apologies.
Los médicos discuten
Tell
su
me about
caso.
the doctors who are arguing about your case.
Strickland and Aykroyd. They both want the best for me, but there's a lot of pride there. Doctors are no different from carpenters, it seems.
What do you mean?
I often had professional arguments with rivals on a building site. Difference is, I disagreed about wooden nails, not flesh and bones.
Ya.
Goodbye
Yeah,
for
yeah,
now,
yeah.
Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
I will not let you down, my boy.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Tentación de sangre. No te olvides de que la sangre de un ciudadano te proporciona un impulso masivo de experiencia. Busca ciudadanos con un nivel igual o inferior a tu nivel de cautivar y elige sabiamente. Ya, pero no puedo matarlo porque está...
I wonder why the Goswicks came here in the first place.
You are going to reveal all your secrets to me.
It's locked.
My blood and soul, they belong to you now.
The life running in your veins. This dead flesh needs it.
Oh,
I have
please
wasted
spare
too
me,
much
Dark
energy
Queen.
for so little
Spare.
result.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here to fix my face. No. I don't think you can help me.
I'm Dr. Reid. I've recently taken the position of head surgeon here. War injuries, am I right?
You guessed right, Doctor.
Ajá.
German shell took my pretty little mug right off. But they still call me Thomas Elwood.
Vamos a ver. ¿Cómo va su
How is
estancia?
your stay with us, Mr. Elwood?
Oh, it's bliss. I just escaped death in the trenches to be surrounded again by the moans of the dying.
Can I ask you precisely why you're a patient here?
It's the pain, sir. The drugs don't work. It just hurts under the scars, if you get my drift.
¿Quién lo está tratando?
Who
A
is
ver.
treating you? Is someone in particular looking after your case?
Nobody since the old and tired doctor spoke to me. Started to think I was forgotten about. Wouldn't blame you.
You don't seem worried by that.
My face hurts so much more when I smile or cry. I've learned it's easier not to speak. But be assured I'm smiling inside.
Entiendo. ¿Puedo
Can
hacer
I do
algo?
anything for your pain?
Nurses gave me a bunch of pills. No effect. Told you. It's like the flames are under my skin, burning away.
Entiendo. A ver. El verdadero motivo de su herida.
Why do you feel responsible for the injury, Thomas? What really happened?
I wasn't disfigured by any German shells. It happened during my leave. It was an accident.
Ah. ¿Y el porqué de la mentira?
Why lie about it?
Come on. It's one thing to come back disfigured by the Germans, and it's another to get injured in an accident that could have happened to anybody.
La cirugía te podría ayudar.
Reconstructive surgery has been very successful for some surgeons.
I don't want to wear a bloody mask for the rest of my life. I'd rather stay here and just be forgotten.
¿Qué ocurrió
Tell me
realmente?
what really happened then.
I went with a whore in Rouen. Dead drunk I was. The hotel was a shithole. There was a fire that night.
Did you start the fire? Were you trying to avoid going back to the front? That's not uncommon, you know.
No. It's just that I was asleep when the flames reached the room. The girl was long gone. bitch never woke me up. Left me to burn.
Joder. Lo pillaron las llamas. Uf.
Where were you stationed, sir? Did you serve for long?
I really don't want to talk about all this shit.
No offense. I was pushing too much. I served in France myself. I just wanted to know what happened to you.
You were an officer, weren't you? Then I doubt we fought the same war, sir. No offense.
Y sobre la enfermedad de la señora
How close are you to Miss Horcroft? Are you aware that she thinks she is a vampire?
To wait for her next nibble is the best reason to stay here. Every time she approaches my bed, she treats me like something tasty. A normal person.
Aren't you afraid? She may hurt you if the game goes too far.
She's quite harmless, I can assure you. Her head's broken inside is all. While I'm busted on the outside. But she's still beautiful. Living proof that there's hope for me.
Ajá. Tiene una enfermedad
You do
mental.
realize she's mentally disturbed. It's called the Cotard syndrome. She truly believes she's a vampire.
In her madness, she never refers to my scars. And frankly, if I could, I'd join her world. It seems much more fun than the real one.
So do you let her bite you? You know that's not sanitary.
And why not? She's only supping a few drops of my blood. And the pain, it's real for once.
She could decide to bite less willing patients.
Then it's another good reason for me to stay here, Doctor.
Madre mía.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
No, si la tipa sí que está jodida la cabeza.
But the suffering continues.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. Daily routine.
Vale. Tenemos que ir a junto de...
I wish I could be sitting death.
Edgar Swansea. Ahí está Milton Hooks. Edward Swansea debe estar arriba. ¿O no? Porque aquí arriba no había nada, ¿no?
I cannot enter.
Dr. Tippett, Strickland y Reid. Sí, ya voy pillándole los nombres a estos. Dr. Swansea. Vamos a ver.
Jonathan, come in.
Vale, arriba están los médicos, abajo los pacientes y punto. Ya entendí.
Is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea. But my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Soy una paradoja viviente, sin duda.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
No hay nada por lo que
There
disculpas.
is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors.
Ajá.
Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
Ajá.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
¿Cómo? Pero está en las tiendas ahora por la noche. ¿Qué dices? Porque no voy a seguir de día. Yo obviamente soy un vampiro y voy de noche, pero bueno. Vale, vamos a dejar hasta aquí, tropa, este capítulo. Así que continuaremos próximamente en el siguiente. Y dale a like si os ha gustado y suscribiros al canal para continuar viendo esta grandiosa y bonita serie. Nos vemos en el siguiente capítulo, así que a la orden.